training runs, and who battled brilliantly yesterday, and who really did it and took us over the line? Dom Sibley. Who's going to India? Dom Sibley. Who's not going to India? Dick Weller. That's cricket. Loved it. Loved it, boys. Outplayed them, outbowled them, outbattered them, outfielded them,
outsledged them.
And Dick Weller, you can go back and think about yourself and your sledging, because we even outsledged you. Still have Good Morning Britain.
We are going to be joined by the Minister after 8:30. Now let's get the news, travel and weather where you are. See you in a moment. Over in the Netherlands, they are having rioting over the lockdown and curfew measures. This is from The Times this morning. Police have warned that the Netherlands could face weeks of unrest after a coronavirus curfew caused them to get rid of this virus or keep it under control. But there's a sense in the Netherlands, they are starting to get more than just fed up with it. They are reacting pretty badly against it. And we're going to keep an eye on that situation. The other story that caught my eye this morning was that we're talking about quarantine this morning, of course, and the fact that the government is likely to approve some kind of hotel quarantine system today that would come in a couple of weeks' time. In Australia, a woman left a quarantine hotel, sorry, this is in New Zealand, with COVID-19 because she suspected to have contracted it through the air conditioning system. She subsequently tested positive for the South African strain of the virus, despite completing the mandatory fortnight's quarantine in Auckland and twice testing negative. It's not really the point of the quarantine, is it, that you go into the hotel? The air conditioning system.
The point about the quarantine, and it works
COVID.
On an island, it works. There's not anything you could point at other than size of population, which really explains why we couldn't do what they could do. We're an island. We could have done the same strategy. Anyway, it's to be debated.
It is, as is the situation in schools, because Boris Johnson... Let's have a look at the front pages this morning.
Let's look at the front pages this morning.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. That's my favourite.
Yeah. God help us.
Who's just tweeted to say, Susanna Reid, please stop butting in when Piers Morgan is talking. It is so annoying. Even when guests are on the show, you talk for them. I couldn't agree more, Dean.
Yeah.
I have tried to tell her, but she won't listen.
No, and I have pointed out that Piers shouldn't use his other Twitter accounts to complain about me. And he should just, if he has an issue with the amount I talk on this programme,
if you want to be my chief of staff,
definitely talk to me directly. If you ever become Prime Minister, I am getting on a yacht and sailing to the south of France.
Really?
Yeah. And
you don't know with a yacht that can get you to the south of France.
That's if I'm allowed to under quarantine. What are you going to do about quarantine when you're Prime Minister?
I would look at other countries which have been successful in suppressing the virus and ask myself, if I was leading this country, what did we do wrong? Admit to mistakes and change them sharpish. Let's bring in our panel.
So many significant issues today, but quarantine and education absolutely at the top of our agenda.
They're all interwoven. That's the thing that people need to understand. Everything is interwoven. The only countries in the world that have really got themselves back on their feet after this are the ones who went hard and early and, let's be honest, draconian. And we lost control of it, and we've never regained it, and that's the problem.
Still to come, we're going to speak to wonderful 13-year-old Kaylee. She received the life-saving gift of a heart. We're going to hear about the special relationship that she has developed with the family of her donor. That's before 8 o'clock. You're watching Good Morning Britain on ITV. See you in a moment.